Welcome back to the channel. This is Ryan Knows Tech with TechInform.us, and by request we're going to be taking a look at a game that has been available on iOS since its first release, known as Asphalt 4. It's a pretty awesome racing game. I believe it's made by Gameloft. It's definitely a lot of fun. It's got multiplayer mode, so let's go ahead and dig in. Asphalt 4, as I said, came out probably 2-3 years ago now on iOS. Asphalt 5 was a vast improvement. Now we're on Asphalt 6, which is by far the best of the three versions in pretty much every aspect. Gameplay, the different cars, the maps, the quality of the graphics, and definitely the speed. I noticed it's significantly faster. So I'll go ahead and open that up now, and we'll take a look at what this looks like. This was from the Mac App Store. I'm going to turn my speakers down. There is some sound associated with it. I have taken the time to actually remove some of the startup files. There's a couple videos that play, like there's a Gameloft video that plays. It's just a file. To remove that, don't ask me how to do it because I don't remember. I did it off some online thing. It only starts, it only saves 20 seconds off your boot up time for the game. So here it is. Pretty much takes you to this menu. You've got some trees moving around outside. Here's your car that obviously you can change. Now this is the Mac version. It's going to look exactly the same on your iPhone, your iPod Touch, your iPad. They pretty much upscaled the resolution and changed the accelerometer controls to mouse and keyboard. So that's pretty straightforward. It pretty much looks the same on those devices. Right now we're using a mid-2010 13-inch MacBook Pro. This is the 2.6 gigahertz version with 8 gigs of RAM, just as a little performance benchmark there if you might want to do that. And we're running on the native 13-inch display. Instead of my 1080p monitor, I figured the video would look better in 1280 by 800 instead of 1920 by 1080. However, I play it in that all the time and it looks just fine. We'll start off with career mode. Just like the other games, you've got a career mode here. You can go through, you've got different leagues. Within every league, you have a variety of different races in a variety of different tracks. Your normal race, you want to finish in the top 3. Elimination is pretty straightforward. Another normal race, this one's in Moscow. You've got a drift race. You've got to get a certain number of drift points and then beat them all. You want to end up being first, and you eliminate other people as you go. There's another normal race elimination. Under pressure, time attack, and collector. I think those are the different races. And you've got tons of different cups here. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4. You get the idea. You can easily play this game every day for a couple weeks and still have tons of different races to do. Then each race you get, anywhere between 0 and 5 stars. Once you get to, well, the cars that you unlock is dictated by how many stars you get. So if you get 1 star on each race, you're only going to get about a third of the cars. If you get 5 stars on each race, you're going to have all your cars unlocked by about 80% through these different leagues and cups up here. Good thing is, it's pretty much tuned to the perfect amount of difficulty. It's not easy always to get 5 stars. It is down here at these lower levels, but as you go up, there's tons of 4 stars, even some 3s. Pretty much 3 out of the 5 stars are dictated for your position. If you get first place, there's 3 stars. Second place, 2 stars. First place, 1 star. The other 2 stars are optional. Maybe in addition to a normal race here in Shanghai, maybe you have to get 1,000 drift points and knock out 2 other players by forcing them into a wall or hitting them so hard from the back it blows up or something like that. So you always want to make sure that you look at that. Back to career mode here. We'll go through some of the cars. To do that, we've got to pick a cup or a race. So we're in Nassau, Bahamas right now. And we should probably go back to the beginning. I'll just cycle through some of these. I don't have time to talk about all of them. I'll maybe bring up some of the better ones here, like the Tesla and the Audi and the Mercedes. The BMW, the Audi, Can-Am. Tons of different cars. There's my pink M3, because I'm a prick. Ducati, Bentley, Lamborghini, Ferrari, California. A whole lot of bikes in here. I've got to say that the physics for the bikes is not exactly tuned right, because you can pretty much knock out other cars like the Bugatti Veyron here, which is second from the top, and then the Bentley Speed 8 or B, I think it's B, is the top. And for some reason, it's definitely slower than the Veyron. The Veyron 0 to 60 is 2.2, whereas the Speed B is 2.5. So that's kind of weird. And both cars are tuned. Down here at the bottom left tells you how many stars you have. I've got $870,000. Here's some specs for the car up top. I can move it around to get different views. My race button in the bottom right when I'm ready. I can change the color of my car. Get this all hooked up, make it look like whatever I want it to. Click the color palette, make my own colors there. Then you can put decals on your car if you're a redneck. Then there's tuning, which you pretty much add the nitro kits, handling, and engine kits, and then you've got a sponsor that you can go through. This sponsor adds 5% nitro and $200 per nitro connected. You can go through 5% acceleration. Pick whichever one fits the kind of race you're doing best, and then there's your stats on the right. So really easy to get through the menu here. It's really fast, at least on my hardware here. And then your tuning kits are dictated by how well you do the race and the progress as you get through the different leagues, cups, and unlock your cars. We'll take a look at some of the different races you can do in free race mode. Pretty much here you go in and you choose your racetrack, you choose your car, and you just go. So you've got Nassau, Bahamas. That's a good one. I don't know how to say that because it's French. Cape Town, South Africa, definitely one of my favorite tracks. Havana, not big on that. Nor New Orleans, Moscow, Tokyo's tough. LA's pretty decent. Something in Iceland that I don't have a prayer of saying. New York, Monte Carlo, that's a good one. Shanghai is definitely the hardest one. They're just real tight, twisty, narrow streets. So you got to watch that. We don't have time to go through all of the different tracks and cars, obviously, but we will do a short, quick lap probably on one of the tracks. Here's your garage. You can use your arrow keys and go through your virtual garage. It's kind of hard to navigate in though, because as I make a left here, I have to go over and use my left arrow. I hit the wall. I try this again, and then the turnaround is not easy. So this is something that really just looks cool. The graphics aren't bad, but it is difficult to navigate through, and you can get lost in here pretty easily. It's just like some big rich guy's garage with decent images of these cars put out here. I will say that the graphics, once in gameplay mode, are very good. Multiplayer is pretty easy. You can do it online when you make an account, or local over a Wi-Fi network or a Bluetooth hotspot. That's pretty cool. Works decently well. On a slower connection like mine, it pretty much throws the car all over the road. But if you're on a good internet connection, it'll be fine. Options, controls, in here you can change your camera view, set up some stuff on your keyboard, control sensitivity, use your arrow keys to go right, left, accelerate, and brake, nitro on your mouse or your spacebar. Visuals, you can do full screen, or you can minimize it if you're on a big monitor, between kilometers and miles per hour, and then your camera position. You can also turn off your map if you don't want to see where you are, but that would be stupid. Then you've got your master volume, and then your sound effects volume for your music player, engine noise, co-driver voice, which is pretty much the slut in the passenger seat, and then the sound effects of killing bystanders. So that's nice to have in there. The other thing here, you can change your language. So I don't know how many people would use that, but I guess it's good to have. We'll do a free race in the default, or the first track, which is Nassau, Bahamas. And we'll just do a normal race there. And we'll take a slower car so you can see more of the track. How about the Lamborghini Estoque. I do have this fully tuned. You get this little intro here. It's coming through my headphones.
But don't get too comfortable, or you'll find out why racing here can be a beach.
Okay, so we'll click next. We'll click next again. We're not going to go real long. I don't want to bore you here, but pretty much I'm just holding down the forward arrow, tap the space bar a few times. There's your nitro. Cut off that little Mercedes there. Then you can pick up money like this. If you want to drift, it's pretty simple. You come up to a turn like this, off the gas, steer, and then tap the reverse pedal, which is brake. Notice the pink bar at the top of my screen. That means adrenaline. Pretty much when your nitrous is full, you get something called adrenaline mode, which I just punched there. And, well, it pretty much gives you adrenaline. So there we are, up to 276 miles an hour. Not exactly the most realistic thing in this game, but definitely makes it more interesting. Slide around that corner. If you'd like to play this game, be sure to hit us up on our live streams. They're Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time on ustream.tv/user/techinformus. We race this all the time, both on iOS and the Mac. As far as I know, there is no PC version of this game at this point. So keep that in mind. You're probably not going to be able to find one. And you can crash. So you got to watch your physics, that you don't just slam into a wall somewhere. So there's one lap. I'm going to stop the car just by hitting the backwards arrow, and we'll take a look at some of the things that you get here. Notice the reflection in the body of the car is really very good as the road and the trees and the buildings go by. It's definitely an impressive aspect of this application. Your position is up there, 3 out of 6. I can pause the game here, do some options, main menu, restart and resume. Lap 2 of 3, changed my camera position. There's my speed and nitrous counter up there. And then my maps over there to the left. So, Asphalt 6 is well worth the, I believe, $10 in the App Store for the Mac. Just open it up, do a search for Asphalt 6. You're going to find it. It's a lot of fun to play. I think that a lot of the people I talked to from Tech Inform have played the application and have enjoyed the application. And you just saw the review. If you like it, if it's worth it to you, go buy it. Hit me up. Send me your username. Add me as a friend. My username is Jamesrschultz. I'll try to put that in the description up top so you guys can see that. It's my old YouTube name and Twitter and stuff like that, but definitely a great game, good graphics, good gameplay, and a lot of substance here to keep. This is nearly 500 megabytes, I believe. A lot of game here. It's not going to be something that you're going to play one weekend and you're done, unless you literally spend 12 hours a day on it. But go get it. It gets my approval. There's still updates they need to do. It's a little glitchy sometimes, but most of the time it works. So thanks for watching the review. I hope I did help you out there with the game Asphalt 6 from Gameloft. It's a good application. Our website is techinform.us. We have a review of this application up there as well. See if I can remember to put that link down below. As I said earlier, my Twitter is twitter.com/JamesRSchultz, and then the site, techinform.us. There it is again. Go back and find that review. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you in Tuesday's video.